Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Friday to everyone. It's Follow-Up Friday, our 42nd episode. Carlos should be joining us here momentarily, but I wanted to hop on real quick. We're a few minutes behind. Certainly apologize. Dad duty with taking kids to school, so certainly apologize for our tardiness this Friday, but got some good topics to share this week. Of course, happy pre-Labor Day weekend to everyone. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about is how we can utilize the upcoming holiday in order to, start our business and get some lead generation going as we roll into next week. Carlos will be joining us. Just FYI, I had a comment on that. But let me jump right into what we're going to talk about today. It's obviously a great time. Anytime is a great time to reach out to prospects, and I'll make my screen a little bit bigger. But anytime is a great time to reach out to prospects. Certainly around holidays is a great time. And so we've got a holiday coming up, and we've talked very often about, the utilization of our phones, in order to generate or drive leads. And holidays are a great opportunity for that. So let me make my screen a little bit bigger. Great opportunity for that. So, if you got a phone, you've got a database of customers, you've got a great opportunity in order to generate some business this coming week. And Labor Day is a holiday and an opportunity. And I think I've shared in our last holiday we had, which was July 4th, where I just went through my phone and just send out about 40 text messages to current customers, prospective customers, people trying to woo their business, existing customers. Just send a text message out and said, Happy 4th of July. Hope you have a great weekend, you and your family, or holiday. And I got probably 40 some responses. And a couple of those responses, ended up converting into business. Like I said, I not only text that to my current customers that were currently in queue that I'm doing loans for, but prospective customers that I'm trying to, get their business, and also past customers. So with the refinance boom that we've all been under right now in the mortgage space, at least, all those past customers, it was a touch, a reminder that, hey, I'm your lender, or I was your past lender, and so on and so forth. So it was a well touched and time well spent going through my phone and sending out at least 40 text messages and saying, hey, happy holiday, happy 4th of July. So the same thing is coming up on Monday, right? You don't have to necessarily wait till Monday. You can send out a text message today. Hey, listen, I want to wish you and your family happy Labor Day. You can send it out tomorrow. You can send it out Sunday, or you can wait till Monday. Doesn't matter. The key thing that matters is that you're going to work your database, and your phone is your first and crucial database above everything else because you've got so many telephone numbers in there. I know Carlos went through and he tracked how many leads he had in his phone or how many contacts. And I think it was like 3,000 or something like that. It was an insane number of contacts. And if you just break it down and go through those contacts, and every holiday send a text message saying, happy holiday, you're going to get responses. You're going to get a response back on that. And that will help you generate some business simply because it might not be the person you're sending the text message to. It might be someone that they know that is looking for the service that you offer. So if you got a phone, you've got a database, certainly reach out and use the holiday to reach out. Hey, Carlos, how we doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Welcome. I can hear you. Yes. Welcome. I was talking about got phone, got database, got a holiday.
I heard.
We're talking about how we can generate some leads from business for next week. And with a holiday coming around, I thought it'd be good to go through that and talk about that again as well, right?
That's right. I got 2,300 contacts in my phone.
How many did you have?
2,300.
2,300. Okay. I was close. I was thinking it was somewhere around 2,000 or 3,000. I said 3,000. So, so this is a great opportunity. Remember, I shared with you July 4th, I had 40 so responses to the text messages. You remember that?
Yep.
and some of that led to business. It's led to deals. So it's definitely time well spent. Time well spent.
Yeah, it only takes one, and it's personable. People enjoy that. People love it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they take it to heart. It's amazing. I'm surprised when people send me messages. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you don't expect it, and it comes out of nowhere, and it's a good touch. I think it's a good touch because, as you say all the time, it's about creating relationship, right?
Good. You got to create that relationship. You got to create that friendship.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the thing that you say all the time? If they like me, they love me, they trust me, they buy from me, right?
That's right. If they like you, trust you, and believe in you, they'll do business with you.
They'll do business with you. There you go. Absolutely. So good. So we were on talking about Got Phone and just talking about that dynamic that exists within our hands and the power we have to really generate some business just by using those contacts we already have in our database in our telephone. Also got social media, right? Got social media. I know you and I believe in this, but I don't know how many other people believe in it. But talk a little bit about groups, Carlos. I know that it's important to you, but talk a little bit about the power of groups and especially on social media standpoint.
Well, the thing is people don't understand is that you have to work smart and not necessarily work hard. So these groups are great. When you get into these groups, and you got to be respectful. There's so many people in the groups, and that's the whole deal. Is if you can hit as many people as you possibly can at one time, that's what you want to do. So these groups are huge. When you got a group that you interact with people, you have to interact. You have to get to know every single one of those people in there. There's a group in this Facebook on social media that has 2,000 people in it or 30,000 people. I think one of my groups has 30,000 people in it. 30,000 people see my post. I hope 30,000 people see our video right now, and it helps someone, but it's just like networking. If you go to, I explained this yesterday to another agent. It's like, if you go networking and you go to an event that has 100 people, it gives you, and you introduce yourself and tell people what you do, and you find out what they do. It gives you that opportunity all at one time. So if there's 100 people there, it gives you 100 opportunities instead of going one to one. You got to do it in volume. You got to get connected to these people in volume. And these groups are great. People interact in them. People ask questions in them. People need help in them. I mean, I love them. I get tagged in a ton of groups. Just, hey, who does shirts? Who does banners? And I get tagged in a lot of them, and I love them, because it hits a lot of people. A lot of people need help, or a lot of people are asking for advice. These groups. If you're not in groups, you got to get them. You gotta love them.
You said the key word. The key word for me and what you just shared was interact. It's not a spam opportunity. It's an opportunity to build relationships, expand your network. It's not a spam. So you said the key word, and what you said to me was, you got to interact. In there, build some relationships up with those people. Let them get to know you. Right? They're going to leave that group and go follow you or like your page or friend you, request you if you're interacting. But if you're just in there spamming, then it's not very effective.
Yeah, and you got to interact with them. You got to become friends. Maybe you get a bunch of friends out of it. Here in Kansas, like I came to Kansas City, and I love these groups because I got to know people. Mm-hmm. I didn't know anybody when I came here, so I got to know people in these groups. I got to learn what they do, or maybe somebody, I found friends. You know what I mean? I found acquaintance. I found referral partners. I found everything I need in these groups. Mm-hmm. Everything I need. I still ask questions. I still ask for advice. I still, need, like, to be honest with you, I need somebody to fix my weed whacker. Does anybody do small engines? I need a referral for that because I had a spot in Nebraska where I had it done. But now I need to find somebody to fix my weed whacker. So I'm going to go in those groups and I'm going to say, who knows somebody that fix my weed whacker?
And you'll get some recommendations. I mean,
Yeah.
You'll definitely get some recommendations. That it's going to come, and that's key. I mean, so yeah, get group. Hey, group up. Don't just spend time on social media. Spend time productively on social media, and to productively spend some time on social media, you should definitely be in some groups. Common interests, likes, profession, right? I like cactus and pictures of cactus and stuff like that. So I joined up in some groups, on plants and stuff like that, to meet some people, because again, I'm about meeting people, sharing my likes, my interests. They will ultimately, if they decide that they're interested in what I do, they will go look at what I do and find out what I do. But it's going to come because of the affiliation, the interaction, the engagement that's occurring in those groups. It's not going to become because I'm spamming them. You know what I mean?
So I joined a group. I joined a group this week for motorcycles. I used to have a motorcycle when I was younger, and that's I'm thinking about getting another one. So, but it was really cool. I was entertained. I saw old bikes. I saw bikes that I like. I saw some bikes that I knew when I was riding, and it was really cool to see some of these people have original paint. So there's all kinds of relationships depending on what you like. These groups are great. I'm in a lot of groups. And
I'm in groups. I'll pop in some groups, Carlos, because I'm in multiple states as well, and so I'll pop into those groups specifically sometimes to build some relationships with people in other states, as well. And that's, listen, it's the same thing, but it's just about making sure that you're there for the genuineness of building a relationship with people, because people know people. You say it all the time. People know people.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is that it's the relationship. I always say relationship, because if you don't have that, they don't trust you. So you got to develop relationships with these people because it makes it easier to do business.
Yeah, I agree. So group up, social media. Got family and friends. Let them know what you do. That's another great way to generate some business quickly. Just make sure that all your family members and your friends know what you're now doing. Right? Know that you're doing commercial and residential real estate. Carlos, all the people that know you as your previous businesses in Nebraska and, what you started here, I imagine you had to reach out and communicate and let your friends and family know that you're now doing residential and commercial real estate, right?
Right. Yep. Same thing. I start all over when I do something new. I did this commercial and residential, and I said, I got to reach back out and let everybody know, friends and family. That's the first you got to know, is let them know that you're doing that.
What a powerful group. You remember MCI?
Right.
Do you remember MCI? The
MCI.
telecom company? MCI.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember they had a friends and family marketing program?
Yeah.
Friends and family. They built a huge market space just off of the concept of friends and family. If you have your friends and family sign up to MCI, you're going to get a discount when you guys call one another.
That's right. That's right.
Friends and family. So, hey, listen, and that was huge. I worked for Sprint at the time in long distance, and, it was hard to battle that. It was hard to get people to switch away from MCI. Why? Because of the loyalty of their friends and family.
Yeah. Yeah. So did somebody bought that company, didn't they?
WorldCom bought them.
Yeah.
WorldCom bought them. But yeah, that was a huge concept, man. An upstart that came out of nowhere and put together that program, and that thing just took off like crazy. So friends and family, the power of friends and family and what they can do for you. Reach out to friends and family. Make sure they know what you do. that'll help you generate some business right there. That'll get you some business, at least 1 or 2 deals. I guarantee you we're going to get if we reach out to friends and family and make sure they know what we're doing, because so many of them have lost track of what we're doing. It's been months or maybe a year or whatever, and they don't know that we're doing something different. Or maybe they forgot.
Yep. If you don't stay in front of everybody, they might, sometimes they forget you,
Yeah, absolutely. So friends and family is another one. Got business cards, I've got business cards, and we have talked before about 2 things about business card. One is fully utilizing the real estate on the business card, fully utilization of the real estate on the business card. So I got with Mail and Copy Prints, and we fully utilize now the real estate on the business cards. So that's one of them, right? Because I've got a business card now that tells what I do, right? This did not really tell what I did.
Right.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful picture, represents Kansas City, but that doesn't tell what I do. So, so I got with Mail and Copy Prints. I got them, Carlos's company, to print up 1,000 of these babies, right, Carlos? 1,000.
You got to be good.
1,000. Print up 1,000 of those cards, and I drop them and leave them everywhere I can. I leave them on cork boards. I leave them in bathrooms. I leave them at gas stations by the registers. I leave those business cards everywhere I can. And I leave them specifically, a lot of times I'll leave some like this, because they'll look at this quicker than they may look at this, right? So I like the fully utilized card concept that you came up with to help me really make these more meaningful, but I leave them everywhere. Drop those business cards everywhere.
Mine has my other businesses. I have all my businesses on my card. I can't really give details of each business, but at least I have, that's the back and that's the front.
And in the front, nice.
So, I have all my businesses on my cards. Now this guy, you don't know what this guy does either.
No, is that the game that the Rubik's Cube maker?
Yeah. But you don't know what this guy does, and this guy's, the front of the card is kind of self-explanatory, but you might as well make use of it. It's instead of just having a color on there.
Yeah, absolutely. When we have that,
don't
then can drop it. Go ahead.
Don't waste real estate.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely right. And I've shared with you in the past one of the business cards that I used when I owned a transmission shop. This was my business card. This was Olathe, and then I had a coupon on the back, a call to action, $200 off, transmission major repair.
Anything to create business. Oh, by the way, I just want to, now that we're on the subject, so I got a call this week, and this guy called me up and says, he talked to me about business, and he says, I want to do some business with you. And he goes, but I don't have an email address to send you this information. You don't have it on your card. And I thought about it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I purposely, on one of my cards that I made, I didn't put my email address on there because I always test everything. I always change it up. I see what works. I really want to see if things work. So I purposely did not. And I even told my wife, I said, I'm not putting my email address on this card. And it's an old card. It's a 3-year-old card.
Wow.
3 years old, at
Wow.
least 3 years. I mean, it was probably in the 4th year, maybe, but it's at least 3 years old. And he called me on that business card this week.
Wow. Give them out, man. Get them out there.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I know which card it was. I know exactly. He goes, yeah, there's no email address. And then I asked him if my picture was on there, and he said no. And then I know exactly what card that was. And I thought about it, and it's 3 years. It's at least 3 years old.
Right.
And he called this week.
Yeah. The value of getting it out there, man. You got the card out there.
Yeah.
And he called, right? He called. So yeah, drop those business cards, man. Drop them everywhere you can. I'm telling you, you go to coffee shops. You go to coffee shops, look for cork boards. Look for places, some coffee shops have a cork board. Some coffee shops have the little place card holders, you know. I went to a coffee shop in Raytown, great little coffee shop called Serenity Cafe in Raytown. And the owner's Rebecca. And first of all, they have fantastic coffee and fantastic food, like salmon wraps, and I mean, just fantastic, right? But anyway, right by the cash register, there was business card holders. She had business card holders for her customers and her clients who come in there to drop their business cards, and she had it right there. And I was like, wow, I like this. So of course, I grabbed some business cards. In fact, right here is what I grabbed. Right here, as a matter of fact. So I grabbed this one. This is a Century 21 real estate agent. Right? Of course, I saw that. And then I grabbed this one. This one is this is the manager of the shop, right? I grabbed that one. And then I needed something. And here's the value of leaving those business cards. I have property. I have apartment complexes and multifamily properties. I needed a carpenter. I needed a handyman. So I looked down, and what do I see in that business card rack? Sean Johnson, handyman. I needed somebody that can do some carpentry. What does Sean do? Carpentry. Sean left his business card there at that coffee shop, and because of that, he got some business. So if you got business cards, drop those business cards. Carlos, how many business cards should we go through every month? What was your rule?
My thing is my thing is everybody, it should take you a month. Every month you should get about 1,000 business cards if you're truly serious about your business. People need to understand that they are the least expensive advertisement marketing. Get your name out there, get your friend, hand them out, give them out to people. And you can't be afraid of cost because they're like less than 3 cents a card, right. And so it's well worth handing those things out, and you should be going through them in a month.
Drop those bills. You go to you get up to the cash register, leave a business card right there. Someone's going right behind you who might need your services. I just leave one right there. Every time I go into one of those businesses by the cash register, I walk away and I pay and I leave a card, at least one. ATMs, I leave a business card there every time. And I got that, and I learned that from Cotman Transmission when I owned a franchise, because they talked about using these poker chips as business cards. Actually, they didn't talk about that. They just said, hey, have these, use these are good marketing pieces. I decided to make it a business card. And when I did that, I realized I could leave these anywhere because they're a novelty item. Someone's going to pick it up and want to hold on to it and play with it and flip it, And oh, by the way, it's got my information in there. So I got that idea from having these. I thought these can be left anywhere. So I told you before, and I've shared before, what we would do, me and my oldest son, we would go to a Royals game or a Chiefs game, and we would park as far away as possible. And he would go, Dad, why are we parking all the way back here? The stadium is way up there. And I'd hand him a box of these, and I'd get my box. And I said, because all the way in, we're going to be throwing these in the parking lot. And you will not believe how many people walked in with these things. You will not believe how many people walked in. It was grassroots guerrilla warfare marketing. Leave them everywhere. Bathrooms, stairways, parking lots. Because if someone trips over one of these, they're going to pick it up, right? If they trip over my business card, they might keep walking. But the concept's still the same. Leave them, drop business cards everywhere you can. If you don't have this, drop a business card anywhere you can. Anywhere you go patronize too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great tool. It's a great way to get out there.
Absolutely.
Last night I went with an agent. It was funny because I went with an agent last night to get a gift for a client we did a closing on. And we went to the liquor store. And so then we were talking to this guy, and he was really nice. He was really nice, talkative, talking to us about things. We were starting to talk about physical fitness and stuff. And we started to walk out, and he's like, go buy a house or something like that. He said, go make sure you look into the home market and buy a house, because they were talking. And I said, we started to walk out, and I'm like, did you give him a card? And he's like, oh, do I have it? Oh, wait, I do have some. He had some in his pocket. So he went back in there, and he was in there for another about 5 minutes or so, but he went in there and he went and talked to him about it. So I said, you should be handing out cards to everybody you get in contact with. You know what I mean? You never know. That guy will buy a house later,
Everybody's a prospect or a customer, or know someone who's a customer or prospect.
Yeah. You might know somebody that wants to buy one.
Yeah. And it amazes me how many times I'll meet people and I'll say, hey, do you have a card? And, oh, no, I don't have a card. I've got business cards in my car, in my wife's car, in my books, in my bags. Anything that I might walk and leave out of this house with has a business card in it.
That's right.
I always have. When I went to that coffee shop, I saw those business cards. I thought, let me go get my cards. So my son's in the car, so I'm going through. I'm like, man, where are my cards? No, I got cards in here. So I started looking. I couldn't find it. And then I looked at the bag. I was like, oh, there's one in the bag. I had a stack in the bag. I will not be without business cards, because I know that that I could definitely find a way to drop business cards anywhere. I know.
Yeah, I slip them in everything. You're exactly right. I have some in my trunk. I have some in my center console. I have some in my door. I don't like the ones in my door because sometimes when rain comes in, when you open the door, it gets wet. But I have some everywhere. I always have some, usually in my pocket. Some days I haven't lately, but I have them in my bag. I have them everywhere. I have some in my wife's car. Every vehicle that we have, I have some in. But yeah, you got to have them everywhere, and you got to just be ready to give them out.
Absolutely, yeah, good stuff. And we talked already about Got Friends. It's about collaborating. I think whenever we can do something that can kind of help others, what their business is, do some cross marketing, have some cross discussions, whatever. Collaboration is big. It helps both people, right? It helps expand our audience and our reach. So, if you got friends and those friends do things, find opportunities to collaborate, find opportunities. Go ahead, Carlos.
Yeah, I was just, collaborating. It's like you could do a postcard like this, and if you find another business owner that you want to do work with, you could do a postcard like this, and you can do one side you and another side the other person,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it could be a small card, but this card was punched and it was hung on an item that they gave out. And it's just a small postcard.
Right.
So, this happens to be Mexican food. Order online, and so I think it's a good idea to be able to get your friends or find some coworkers or some referral partners and do some work together, collaborate together.
That's right.
I love that.
Absolutely. You got friends, collaborate, build each other's business up, so that everybody can benefit from it. So collaboration's big. If there's opportunities to do that, we should definitely do it. So these are the 5 things that we want to talk about. And Labor Day is coming up. Great opportunity to use your phone and reach out. Great opportunity, obviously, to do some things to let people know what you're doing, but also just to reach out and say, hey, happy Labor Day, or whatever the case may be. Hope you and your family have a safe and happy one. 40 is the number. 40 number. If everybody reaches out to 40 people on their phone, you're going to get a response. First of all, you're going to get a significant response, but you're going to get a response, at least one response, very soon once we make those attempts. Very soon. So
right. Yeah. You'll get it. You'll get the return if you just do it every day. Do it all the time. Do it every holiday. This is the time. I love these holidays. It's Labor Day. Nobody should be. It's a relaxed time for people, but just get in contact with them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People are having fun. Make
Absolutely.
it fun. Get them something. Whatever you need to do drop-bys. Today should be the day you're dropping by places or making phone calls or saying, hey, what are you doing this weekend for this holiday? They might be gone already. Maybe you should have made calls yesterday.
Right.
But I know I'm gonna check out here in a little bit after I get done with this. I'm gonna make some phone calls and then I'm out. I'm checking out.
Yeah.
But you got to make communications. You got to follow up with these people, and you've got to connect with them and your past clients, your current clients, potential clients. If it's somebody that you haven't been in contact with in a while, or if it's somebody that you're trying to do business with, I would make that phone call today. I would make that phone call or send a text message out. And just say, hey, what are you doing for the weekend? What's going on? You got any big plans? Well worth it.
It'll absolutely pay off. I had a guy who commented, hey, get off of the swap group page, and I say, well, first of all, that's good feedback. We'll certainly appreciate that feedback, but I also would say, listen, if you're trying to sell something on a swap and shop page, maybe lead generation is something you probably want to get some feedback on. So while we appreciate his feedback, we also are open to a messenger or a call. We'll be happy to talk to him, because if he's selling something on that swap site, then hey, you know what? He probably can use some lead generation to help sell some of that stuff, and we'd be happy to help him out with that. What's the number? Text to chat, Carlos.
913-703-7000. 913-703-7000.
913-703-7000. Text to chat if you've got questions. If you're trying to swap and sell some stuff on some of those sites and need some feedback on how to generate some leads, we're happy to help there too. And we also appreciate all the feedback as well. So all feedback is good, is what I learned a long time ago. All feedback is good. No wasted feedback. It's all good. Well, Carlos, anything else you got? We'll shut it down, let you get to your day. I got some calls to make. I've got at least 3 cards I picked up at this coffee shop I need to reach out to and see if I can call them up and say, hey, listen, we both have the same great taste in coffee and certainly food. So I thought I would call, introduce myself, and see one of the favorite things that you like at that coffee shop. And you know what? The last time I did that, I have a relationship right now with that particular referral partner. And that was probably over what? I don't know. When was that? That was prior to the pandemic.
Yeah, that was, February, March.
Yeah, that was prior to the pandemic. And we've been doing deals together since then. So it works. Pick up a card and call somebody and say, listen, I see we both have the same great taste. Found your card over at Serenity Cafe. And in fact, I probably can use your services. So that's something you can say. If you don't know what to say when you call someone, well, there you go. If you find them, wherever you find them, just tell them, I understand we both have the same great taste. Well, what do you mean? I found your card at the Serenity Cafe, So, and if you need a cup of coffee or some really good food, by the way, Serenity Cafe in Raytown is a great place. Serenity Cafe in Raytown is a great place. It's on 6109 Blue Ridge Boulevard, Serenity Cafe. So check it out.
Hey, we're going to try to put a restaurant in Raytown.
Really?
Mexican restaurant. Yep.
Really?
Yep. We're going to try to put it in downtown Raytown.
Okay, that's where this place is. It's not far from the downtown Raytown. So
yeah, right on the corner in downtown Raytown. So we're trying to put a Mexican restaurant down there. We're hoping, because they're kind of hurting for some food areas down there, so they need more.
Okay. Well, in the interim, if you're hurting for some food and you want some food and you're in Raytown, go to the Serenity Cafe, because it's delicious. They've got some really huge wraps, great coffee, and it's a really cool feel vibe there too. So
That's good.
check it out. Be a good opportunity to check it out. It's good stuff. Cool. All
Awesome.
right, man. Listen, Carlos, that's all I've got. Have a great weekend. Hey, have a happy holiday. If I don't talk to you before then, and looking forward to great things coming up next week.
Hey, you too. You have a good holiday, and you're traveling next week, right?
I am. I'm headed to PCB, baby. PCB.
Oh yeah.
Panama City Beach. Panama City Beach for Teach at the Beach with Dr. Tamika Bryant in the real estate house, and really excited about that. This is the third year I get an opportunity to go down and learn from Dr. Tamika Bryant, and I'm excited about it. It's fun, and it's a beach too. So how can you lose, right?
Right. You gotta love it. You're great with the beaches. So
I'll be it. So next week we'll be doing this from the beach. Next week we'll be doing it from the beach.
All right, man.
All right, my man. It's good to see you. Take care and have a great weekend.
You too. See you later.
All right, bye-bye.